Hello guys, welcome to my channel VIPGR of Talent. So in today's video, we are gonna look at the chapter, the story of village Palampur. This is the economics chapter of class 9 CBSE. So you might be wondering now, what are we gonna learn in this chapter in today's video? So I have already made the videos about introduction of the chapter. So today we'll look at the MCQ questions of the chapter. I've already made the first part of the MCQ questions. If you hadn't watched it, watch it right now. The link is in the description. So let's start answering the questions. Here we have our first question. Let's read the question. How many families are there in Palampur? So the question here asks that how many families are present in Palampur? A quite simple question, I believe. So let's read the options. Option A 420, option B 450, option C 440, option D 430, option E 400. So it's a direct question. It's pretty obvious. The answer is nothing but 450 families. We have read it quite many times. In the chapter also I specified it. So it's a direct question. Let's jump into the next question. So here we have a second question. Let's read it without delay. So the question is, there are dash primary schools in Palampur. So we should fill in the blank over here with the correct answer. Okay, so the question is nothing but how many village primary schools are present in the village Palampur. So let's read the options now. Option A 4, option B 5, option C 7, option D 2, option E 1. So even this question is pretty obvious. There is nothing much to explain. It's directly from the textbook. So the answer is nothing but 2. I've read it pretty many times in the chapter. So here we have the next question. Let's read it and let's try to answer it. So the question is, who runs the primary health center? So who runs the primary health center in Palampur? This is quite simple question. Option A here we have is businessmen. Option B government. Option C large farmers. Option D farmer Dala and Ram Kali. So I'm just circling it, and none of these. So if we look at option D, who are Dala and Ram Kali? They are the poor farmers that we have read in the case study of Palampur, if you remember. Don't you? So how do you think the poor farmers will establish the health center just across it? And why do businessmen invest in health centers? They're completely business minded, so just cross it. This is there in the chapter, but I'm just explaining you a little bit so it would be helpful for you. And then just strike off the large farmers also, because large farmers invest money in capital, such as they make a fixed deposit in their banks to grow their money, and some of them even buy the fixed capital such as that of tractors, etc. So the option left with us is nothing but government. So it's the correct answer. Let's move on. So this is our question now. Cs or Dalits comprise dash of population. So this is an obvious question. It's directly from the textbook again. So the question is asking nothing but SCs or Dalits, means lower caste people present in the village comprise what or how much of the population of the total village? So it's also a direct question from the textbook. Let's read the options first. So option A is 1/3, option B 1/4, option C half, option D 1/10, option E 1/5. So this is present directly in the chapter. I would also like to explain a bit how to do this type of problems if you forget it. So let's read from the last and let's solve it. So you remember a quite little stuff that these SEs or Dalits are the lower caste people, means minority people, so they're present in lesser quantity. So they can't be definitely half of the population. If they be half of the population, how will be the lower section of the village? They would be the major section of the village, right? So then let's cross out this option half. Okay, yeah, I've crossed it. Then let's look another option. So another option is 1/10. So what do you mean by 1/10? It's nothing but 0.1. It's a very large number. So they can't be this small also. So they can't be this high. They can't even be this low. So we should strike it off. Then we have three options here: 1/3, 1/5, 1/4. So these three options, let's pick them out. Okay, one. Okay, so we should select from these options. From here, it depends on nothing but our knowledge. So we have read in the lesson that it's 1/3, so 1/3 would be our correct answer. So it will be helpful for striking some of them options, and then let's strike these also now. Okay, now the option is 1/3. Okay, so that's enough for today. Let's look at some more MCQ questions in the next video. Stay tuned. So if you have any doubts, let me know in the comment section below. I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. So like, share and subscribe my channel. You can subscribe my channel right here. Thank you. Watch you later.